Hi everyone, welcome to Creative Stampin' Designs. My name is Karen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Central New Jersey. If you're hopping on, say hi, let me know where you're from. If you're watching the replay on Facebook or my YouTube channel, let me know you're watching, where you're from. We are going to make a fun fold card today. And I'm using some new product. Just want to make sure I'm live in the right place, and I am. Starting March 1st, Stampin' Up! We're using the Irresistible Blooms bundle. Starting March 1st, Stampin' Up! Is going to be having some online exclusive. And I believe, if I read it right, it's going to be like every couple months that items that you can only get online. They're not going to be in the catalog. I do have this printable flyer on my blog, creativestampindesigns.com. You could print it out. Just ignore the QR code because there's nothing there yet. But I do have some of the things I can show you. There's the bundle, the Irresistible Blooms bundle, the Hello Irresistible DSP, which we will be using today, the loose frosted dots. I did get the Natural Gilded Specialty Designer Series paper. I am not using that today. And Stampin' Up! They're called, I'm not using these either, but I'll show you them. The Basic 3D Embossing Folders. It's a pack of 3 embossing folders. I don't know if you can, oh, I don't have a piece of plain paper here. I don't know if you could see it, but yeah, you can. Okay. There's one that's just the dots, one that's kind of a, I'm not sure what to call this one. A plaid background, but it's just a texture, which I really like. And then there's this other one. It kind of looks like a floral design or a, I'm not quite sure. They're little 5-point stars or flowers or starfish or something. But it's a nice just background embossing folders. So those are new. Those will be available on March 1st for customers. There's the stamp set, and I'll show you the paper real quick. This is the Designer Series paper, and the colors in the paper, oops, I just dropped something. We got Daffodil Delight, Flirty Flamingo, Lost Lagoon, Petal Pink, Pretty Peacock, and Soft Seafoam. Now, the Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon, not sure if those are colors that are coming back. Not quite sure what's going on yet, but I believe we're going to find something out March 1st. So this is the paper. Love these, just the like watercolor. That one. Hi, Catherine. Thanks for joining. And Barbara, Jamie, Debbie, hi. Thanks for joining. Whoops. Messed up there. I wasn't paying attention to comments coming in. Love this paper. I think I only have, this is my last sheet because I used it a couple times already. But I really like these background, just kind of like a watercolor marble effect. Really. And even though this has yellow in it, I really do like it. You know me, I'm not a yellow person. So I'm not sure if this one here is the pretty, I think this is the Pretty Peacock. I have to see, I don't have any of the old cardstock here, so I can't even compare. So, these are the pretty papers, which I'm really liking so far. We got background images and floral images or leaf images. All right, and and like I said, we got the stamp set, the bundle. Right, then, oops, I'm knocking everything over here. We're down to the last 2 weeks. What's today's day? I'm trying to think what date it is. 2 or 3 weeks for the joining special. If anybody's interested, there's the two that you get, either the boho blue, which is one of the new in colors for 2023 to 2025, or white mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, plus $175 in product for $129. Or if you don't want the machine, you get to pick $175 of product for just $99. It ships for free. They throw in some extra business things if you want to make it a business. There is absolutely no obligation to sell. Nothing. You can just join, just to enjoy the discount for yourself. So if you're interested in joining, now's a really great time. You can add this sweet bundle to your starter kit. And if you don't want to add it to the starter kit, then you can place it with a pre-order. So it's a great time to join. The other thing, Stampin' Up! Added 10 more, well, 9 $50 products and one $100 product to the celebration, which is, again, ending on February 28th. These are things from the annual catalog. So you got couple different card kit, packaging kit, some ribbon, a couple punches, a couple embossing folders, DSP, and the Eden's Garden bundle, that if you spend $100, you get that for free. And the last thing I just wanted to tell you is I have a special going on right now, and it's good until Valentine's Day. It's the Stuck on You special, that with any $50 order, you get to pick an adhesive of your choice. And if it's like the dimensionals or liquid glue, you get 2 of those. You get this in addition to my free $10 gift. I will be placing the order on the 16th, so that, I can order anything you want. You just need to let me know by the 16th, or I will pick something. But this is good until next Tuesday, the 14th. All right, let's get started with this card. So I have a Evening Evergreen card base, which I did already score. It's 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. So it's your basic Z-fold. Start. All right. And then I have another panel that is 6 inches by 3 inches, and I scored it at 1 inch. All right, and we're just going to adhere this right to the end. I'm going to do that right now because I'm going to put the DSP over it. I'm going to use some Stampin' Seal Plus because I want it to give it that extra hold. All right, I'm putting it right on the edge of the back part. Oops. Stampin' Seal Plus. I can't let it go down. It'll stick too quick, and I'm going to get it right on the edge there. There we go. That's it. That's the fold. Now we're just going to decorate. So it just opens up. All right. So I did a lot of cutting ahead of time. Well, not a lot of cutting, but a little bit. All right. So I have a panel of the Hello Irresistible DSP and a piece of the fine shimmer paper. And this is one of the die cuts. Here, let me get the die cuts out. Here's the die cuts. All right, I did my card today that I posted. I used this one. I used this for today. All right, but I did cheat a little bit. I used adhesive strips because I didn't want to sit with liquid glue taking it off. Now it's a matter of I can get all this off. And this piece, I believe, I cut it from a 1.5 by 4 1/4, but I'm going to cut it down once I put it on. I just wanted to make sure I had a little extra room. And we can see how this is. Maybe the adhesive sheet was not a real good idea. All right. There we go. Just bear with me here. It's sticking to each other. Oh. I don't know why I thought this was a solid piece. And I'm just going to put it right toward the edge here. Oops. There we go. Some of these pieces just want to go all over the place. All right, and I'm just going to trim these off, the little pieces. I'm just going to trim them off just to make it even. I'm going to I don't want all these little pieces with the glue, because then they're going to be sticking to me and everything else I'm doing. Just want to do them off to the side. This piece here, kind of move it over a little bit. Looks like it's stretching. There we go. Once it sticks down, it's good. It's a matter of getting it to stick down. All right, we're going to call that good. We're going to adhere this to the gold. Yeah, this suite is really pretty, Tara. And I'm having a lot of trouble deciding which sides of the paper to use. All right, and then we're just going to give that a good press. And I'm going to adhere this to the side panel. I don't want to rub on top of those pieces. There we go. All right. Might as well keep my liquid glue out. All right. Then I have another panel that I'm going to put just on the back here. And at first I wasn't going to put the gold matte on all of them. But then when I was looking at it, it just, I don't know, kind of neat. Since I did the one, I felt like the whole thing needed the gold. And then we're going to just adhere this on the inside. I'm not looking up. I haven't seen any other comments, so I will go back later and check any comments. And then one last piece to put on the front. Should have got an extra liquid glue out. I did a lot of die cutting ahead of time. The only thing I didn't stamp ahead of time were my flowers. So we're going to do those. And I do have to die cut them, so just bear with me since my arm still is not working well. All right, we're just going to put this piece right on the front. There. All right. So, excuse me. I did not go with the colors from the DSP for this one. I wanted something a little different, so I have a piece of Fresh Freesia and Blackberry Bliss. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And I am oh, I guess I need my embossing buddy because I really don't want embossing powder everywhere. Embossing powder out, so I'm ready. Went to the store the other day. I needed to get more of these little containers. They don't carry them anymore. And these are perfect for the embossing powder. I'm going to stamp 2 of the Fresh Freesia. I'm going to cover this up because I don't want to, really don't want a mess. I'm just using my gold embossing powder. I figured might as well stick to the gold theme. Let's put a little brush. Got a little extra here. Okay, those look good. Let me stamp the big flower on the Blackberry Bliss. Again, I just want to close that. I really don't want to mess with that. We're going to emboss this one in gold too. All right. Great, there we go. All right. I'm going to use the heat tool. The Stampin' Up! Heat tool has 2 settings. 1 is for drying, and 2 is for heat embossing. I'm using this number 2. I'm just going to give it a second to heat up. And this technique never gets old for me. And you do not want to overheat it because the embossing powder actually gets dull. Don't ask me how I know that one. All right. Just one little spot. Okay. Looks pretty good. All right, and I am going to cut these out. Have the die cut. I'm going to cut them out. I'm just going to give it a second for, I mean, it should be dry. It should be okay, cooled off enough. All right, I'm just going to go over to my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and cut these out real quick. I got to get this on the right way, though. Might help. Actually, I have a post-it note, or post-it note tape, because the second I move this to the machine, it's going to move. And it won't cut straight. Hope everybody's having a good day. It turned out to be really nice here today. A lot warmer than I expected. Now I'm in it's winter mode, so I have to put a coat on and my gloves and everything, and I go outside, and it was a lot warmer than I thought. It was, I think it's like 55 degrees out. Much warmer than I thought it was going to be. Which I don't mind, but if we're going to have winter, I wish winter would just get here. You know, we had, last weekend was bitter cold, and then it hit the 50s again. Really like Blackberry Bliss and Fresh Freesia together. And Fresh Freesia is one of the colors. Well, same thing with Evening Evergreen. Those colors are going away in May. And I'm really going to be sad to see Evening Evergreen go. And the Soft Succulent. I think the Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent are two of my favorite colors. And I like the Fresh Freesia. It's a nice light purple. But yeah, so if you're liking these colors, you might want to stock up on some of them now before they announce that they're going to be leaving, and then you can't get them. All right, and then like I said, I don't know what I'm using, but I did stamp and pre-cut some leaves. I stamped these in Evening Evergreen on a panel of soft seafoam, and then I cut out some gold leaves too. I don't know if I'm using, like I said, I don't know if I'm using them, but I figured let me cut this stuff so I have it ready. All right, and I'm just going to make just a little collage here. And then I do have a piece of Evening Evergreen that I'm going to put the sentiment on. So we're going to get my Stampin' Dimensionals. Oh, great. I grabbed one that only has 2 on it. And I'm going to put them more toward the center so I can get underneath with thing stuck to me with the flowers or the leaves. I can always add dimensionals later. All right, so we're just going to put this one right there. And then I'm going to add a couple leaves first, and I'm just going to use some glue for those. I'm just putting a little bit of glue just on the bottom part, just so it... And we'll put this one over here. And I'm just putting, again, the glue on the one side because I knew part of it was going to hang over. And this one, I think I'm going to put a couple dimensionals. Oops. I got to see where I'm going to put them. Right around here. And this one's going to just overlap. Okay, so we're going to put a little bit of glue just where it's going to overlap. Make sure I get the dimensionals. Before I push it down. Yep. And then we'll add a couple more leaves around. And we'll add one more of these. Like I said, I had no clue what I was gonna do. And then I will, since I cut them, I'll just add a couple of the gold. But I think I'm actually going to put the gold on with glue dots, because I see myself making a big mess with liquid glue on these open ones. So we're just going to put a glue dot and sneak it underneath. Oops. See, that wasn't supposed to happen like that. It was supposed to stay on. Put this one under here. And I need a leaf over here. This one, I feel like it needs... Oh, I can't pick them up. And we're just going to kind of sneak that underneath there. That's good enough. Got a little collage going there. Move these to the side. All right, I'm going to stamp the sentiment. So I do have a bigger piece than what I need, because I'm going to trim it down once I stamp it. So, might as well emboss this too. Where is... Oh. And we're going to really hope I get this straight, because I didn't give myself much room here. And I'm just stamping it with I like you, and then on the inside, couldn't be happier to have a friend, you as my friend. I figured I can always use it for a birthday card. Let's see if I can get this straight now. No pressure at all. Looks pretty straight to me. Alright, I'm just going to heat it up real quick again. Going to just use the banner Pick-a-Punch, and this piece is a 1/2 inch, so it's going to fit right. Oh, I'm going to do this side, so it fits right in there. The next size up is 3/4 of an inch, and then 1 inch. But what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to go backwards. So I want to make sure. There you go. And then I am going to, where's my thing? Need to cut it down just a little bit. Want to just to, but maybe I need to cut a little more than that. Yep. Excuse me. Only cutting a little at a time. There we go. Perfect. And I am going to pop this up. Oops. Dimensionals. Jeez, more thumbs today. We're going to just slip this right underneath. Make sure I get it straight. And I did not. There we go. I'm going to add a couple of the loose frosted dots, which I read it and it said loose frosted dots, but I didn't think they were, I don't know what I thought. I guess I didn't think they were really loose. I thought they were adhesive back, and they're not. So we're just going to add a couple around. Got to add these with glue though. Add different sizes, different colors. Oops. And I know I have the piece to the Take Your Pick tool, and I have been looking for it for a couple days now. And it's really starting to drive me crazy. I know it's here somewhere, the putty end. I just don't know where I have it. Oh, come on. Because that would be a big help right about now. Here we go. All right. And let's close these up because I can see these going all over. Those would make a really nice shaker card. One day, I did one shaker card once, but I haven't made another one since. I just want to clean my stamps that I used because I'm going to need them again. All right, let's do the inside. We're not. All right, we are going to stamp this in. I think we're going to stick with the Evening Evergreen. And we're going to really hope we get this straight. If not, the paper has a second side. That looks pretty good to me. All right, and then I'm going to stamp the flower on the bottom in fresh freesia. Give that a second to dry. And I actually have mats that I already, well, you can see I've used them already. Just from a Post-it note stamp, and I wish I could find this Post-it note stuff, these Post-it notes somewhere. Again, the whole thing is sticky, so I don't have to worry about getting it like on the top edge. I'm just going to mask that off real quick. a piece of my scrap paper so I don't get it all over the place. I'm going to be dropping things in a minute. And we're just going to stamp a couple leaves. If I could find the leaf. Small one. There we go. Take that off, and I'm going to use my Fresh Freesia Stampin' Blends. Make sure I grab the right ones. To color it in. And I'm not doing anything. I mean, it's on the Fresh Freesia. I did use the dark in the one spot, but it's just sticking to the one color. I didn't want to stamp it in black. My soft sea foam, maybe. I'm just going to color these leaves real quick. Almost done. And I have not really been looking up. If there's any questions, comments, I will go back and answer. I always do. I just had my head looking down the whole time today. And I'm just going to put this on the inside with some Stampin' Seal. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use liquid glue because I need to make sure it's underneath. You want to get it right under the little tab. So what I'm going to do, to be sure, okay, that should be good. Yep, perfect. There you go. Do a quick envelope, and we'll be done. And I remembered everything this week, embellishments and all. Just a quick trim. Oh, these are new scissors. Not broken in yet. There's no glue on them. I actually have to clean all my scissors. I have, I don't know what anybody else uses, but I put a little bit of Goo Gone on paper towel to get all the glue off my scissors. All right, and I already stamped a couple of the flowers on the front. I did that before. So there you have it. Nice. It's an easy fold. I was focusing more on all the products from it. I hope you'll give it a try, and if you do, Hi Janet, thanks for joining. If you do make the card, my card will be posted on my Facebook page on Friday. If you make this, I'd like you to just in the comments add your card, because I love to see what everybody makes. The link to the Facebook and YouTube video will be on my blog on Friday around 8 o'clock, creativestampindesigns.com. If you have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out to me. If you're interested in joining, I'd love to have you on the team. And again, there is absolutely no obligation to sell. Join just for the discount for yourself. I think about 75% of our team is just hobby demonstrators. Thank you again for joining, and I will plan on being back next week. I'm hoping my daughter will just take the train in the morning and I don't have to bring her to the train station in the afternoon. But if she does, I'll have to go at 4:30. Otherwise, I'll be live at 4 o'clock. Right, thanks for joining, everyone, and I hope to see you next week. Bye. Have a great week, everyone.